procrastinated for several months on this project, and it's time. It's just time to do it. I went to the store, I got my seed starting tray, I picked up the zinnia seeds that I wanted, and I wanted to show you guys how to do it. I know a lot of you are very experienced in gardening, but of course there's plenty of our viewers who are at their very beginning stages, and so I wanted to show you guys how to plant these seeds and how easy it is to encourage you to start your own flower garden. I really love zinnias. I've got two varieties here. I really go by what they look like more than anything, because any kind of zinnia will grow in my particular environment, and they're just such an easy thing to grow. They grow like in full sun with very little care, and so they're a great starter seed. So the way we're going to start with this is I'm going to take my soil here, put it into the seed starting tray. If you want to pick up a seed starting tray, you can go to any local garden center. A lot of them are a little picked over at this point because we're getting past the spring. Most people pick up their stuff in the spring months, but there still are some available. I've seen them myself, and of course I picked up my own. There's the plastic ones, there's the ones that have the little flat, I would call them like a peat moss puck is what they're probably known as, and those kind of expand and give you your own soil, so you don't have to buy soil if you like to go that route. This one's going to require for me to add a little bit of soil, so I'm going to do that right now, and essentially you just want to fill each one of these little cells up almost to the top. You can go all the way to the top if you want, and you just kind of sprinkle it in here. This is a really good project to do with the kids. It's such an easy thing to do, and they'll love seeing. It's kind of maybe fun to plant, and then the waiting takes a little while, but what you get in the end is always really worth it. I'm probably just going to do one side so we can do it a little quicker and you guys can see what it looks like. And you can buy special seed starting mix, but I'm just using container soil that I would use to plant any other container in the yard. And again, it's because these seeds really are not super particular. They're very, very easy. And maybe do a little bit of research if you want to start a certain seed. There's some seeds that are easier to start than others and are a little more finicky. We got the least finicky in the zinnia. And the colors that I chose for this are like a peppermint stripe zinnia and a really dark purple zinnia. And I'm just really looking forward to using them as cut flowers whenever they're all popped up and ready to go. You can see how pretty that is. You want to read the back of the seed packet. These say they're supposed to be planted at a depth of 1/4 inch. You guys, don't be too picky about it. Again, these guys are so easy to plant. What I normally do is to put them out in my hand like this, and then go through and just like dig a little bitty spot in the center. And in each one of these spots, you want to do maybe 2 or 3 seeds in each one, 1, 2, 3 seeds, something like that, in hopes that one of them will shoot up. If I know my zinnias, I bet all 3 of them will shoot up because they're so easy. So you just pinch with your finger one of the little seeds, pop it into the hole, cover it over. 1 or 2, 3 seeds, pop it in the hole, cover it over. And you just do that throughout. You can do, if you want to do really assembly line style, you can kind of go over, drop all the seeds in, and then cover them back up all at one time like this. It's probably the most efficient way to do it. All right, so once you've gotten that done, I'm just going to do a couple more here for y'all to see. I know I'm going to forget where I started or where I ended. All right, so we're going to do that, drop them in, cover them up. I'll put a note where I left off so I can start back off there. And if you want to start off or go back to your other color and do that, you can do that too. These happen to get to be about the same height when they're at their maturity, and so whenever I plant them, it won't be a big deal for me to know which is which. It'll be kind of a surprise when they all kind of come up together, same height. If you are paying special attention, you get some that are short and some are taller. You might want to denote which ones are which so that you can put the shorter ones in the front of your bed and the taller ones in the back so that they're you can see all of them from the front wherever your view is. But that's pretty much it, you guys. You might, of course, you're going to have to water this after it's all said and done. You may want to start out with a spray, a little mister, and spray to keep them damp. Once you've got everything damp, if your system comes with a cover, you can put this on, and all this does is to trap in the moisture, almost like a little terrarium, and it kind of keeps the seed moistened for a little longer. Once it dries out a little bit, you want to come back and water it again. Once they start to pop up, then you take this lid off and put it in a warm, sunny spot, but not super bright direct light. You don't want these seeds to dry out. You want them to always have a little bit of moisture in them so they'll continue to grow down and through. Once they've gotten to be a few inches high, that's when you can go and put them in the ground. So it's really simple, guys. You guys can see that it really doesn't take long, and you'll have a whole tray of zinnias, and then in about a month or two, I think it said, let me find out for you. 60 to 80 days, they'll start to bloom. So you've got a couple months to wait, but it's such a great thing to have your kids or your grandkids clip those little blooms, bring them inside, and they bring so much joy to your inside space. If you guys have any questions, be sure to comment below, and I'll answer any questions you have.